Hello dear friends and welcome to this new video. This is Hogwarts Legacy running on my G5 Gigabyte laptop. Now just for reference, I've got the Deluxe version of Hogwarts Legacy, paid £10 extra so I can play it a few days earlier, running the latest NVIDIA graphics driver, but at the date of recording this there's no game ready driver for Hogwarts Legacy. I feel that will come on the official launch date. I've got MSI Afterburner running in the top left there to give you my FPS. Let me just put my laptop specs on screen there. Running an i5 processor, 3060 RTX graphics card. Remember it's a laptop variant, 16GB of RAM, and it's got 512 NVMe drive installed. I've installed another 512 NVMe drive, so effectively I've got a 1GB NVMe drive space, or space to put my games on. And as you can see in the top left there, I'm getting decent enough frames. It's not 60 FPS and this is not high settings either. I'll get into that in a moment. Let me just stroke this pussycat. Every cat I'm seeing, I'm stroking. I'm sure there's an achievement associated with that. So I'm in Hogsmeade. It's one of the early areas that you will get to after playing for a few hours. And I've got GeForce Experience running, so you can add a couple of frames on. So I'm getting okay frames in those areas. Once I get inside, those frames do increase. I'll just come to Honeydukes here, I think. Eat a few of these things and play a... The level of detail you get with this game is pretty sensational. No doubt about that. Now what does this do? As you can see there, FPS is increasing. I've not got ray tracing on yet. If you look at the floor, you do get some nice ray tracing-esque effects there without ray tracing being on. I'll get on to ray tracing later. When I first ran the game, I'll just show you some of my settings here. Using the Xbox 360 controller, it works well on the PC version, by the way. I'll just run, let's see where it is, I think it's in these graphics settings. I'll just run benchmark and it'll put the graphics settings to where the game feels it will run well on my system. As you can see, it's put everything to medium, and I've just come to post-processing there and just turn that down to low and apply that. And effectively this is the effects of running the game at those medium settings. Or these are the results of running the game at those medium settings. As you can see inside, yes, fair enough, getting 40 to 50 frames. Once I get outside, let's just get there a little bit quicker. Some lovely effects though. A beautiful looking game. I'll get to my review of this later on in this video. As you can see, the frames dip down to around 40, so I'm not overly impressed. I'm going to put my other videos down below of the G5 laptop. That's from my other channel, which is mainly a flight simming channel. Going forward, any videos on the G5 Gigabyte laptop I want to put on this channel, because I want to keep flight sim videos for the flight sim channel, obviously, and gaming videos like modern gaming and retro gaming, as you can see from the title of my YouTube name, I'm going to put on this channel, so just keep that in mind. So I'll just run around a bit, cast a couple of spells, do a few different things, just to give you a few different effects. And yeah, like I said, when I'm not recording, I'm getting around 40 frames. It's a very detailed frame and it's brand new and it's without the game ready drivers, so do keep that in mind. It runs okay and it's certainly playable at that frame rate, if just a little bit disappointing. That's without, by the way. Let's just go to settings here. That's without ray tracing enabled. So I don't have ray tracing on, I think it's in this tab. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually put ray tracing on. I won't worry about ray tracing shadows or ambient occlusion there. I'm just going to put ray tracing quality to medium. Apply those. Now I have to restart the game, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so this is with ray tracing enabled now, as you can see. Now I am recording in a detailed area here, as you can see. Whilst recording, I'm dipping below 30 there. sticking around 30 as you move around. Certainly if you go inside different areas, you're going to get above 30. Just about. Without recording, anyway, I'm getting around that 30 frames per second. Now, there's a couple of things I can do here. I can go into settings with ray tracing enabled, just to show you that is enabled there. Ray tracing on. But I can go up to the top here and put the global preset to low, for example. And apply settings. And come back out. When you go in and out of menus, give it a moment just to settle. You see the FPS drop when you go in and out of menus. Anyway, as you can see there, now we're up to 40 with low. Doesn't look quite as nice, and to be honest, I don't see a massive difference. Obviously, things are a little bit more shiny. Maybe a little bit smoothed out with ray tracing on. I'm not seeing a massive difference with ray tracing on and off. Obviously, there's a bit more detail and reflections with it on. Even though I don't have to have ray tracing reflections turned on at the moment. So just with ray tracing turned on, it does bump your FPS down. And I actually prefer to play it generally with it off anyway. I'm not seeing a massive difference with it on. So what I'll do here, I'll put all my settings back to medium, back to where I got them, and turn ray tracing off. And then I'll show you a different area of the game. Okay guys, we're in a different area in Hogwarts itself. Look at this, I've got a little musical melody going on around. Love those little pictures and scenes. My goodness, I could spend hours just looking at these. Fantastic. In the Hogwarts ground. Now I want to show you a bit of combat. As I've noticed, as you play... Let's just fire on that for a second. So I can find some secrets here. Nope. Nope. Okay, there are secrets around, and you've got to work out how to discover some of the secrets. I know this one is... There you go. Without spoiling too much for you, but you can do certain things to reveal sort of little Easter eggs throughout the game. Anyway, let's get to this chap where I want to fight him, show you some combat. It's like a dueling thing, so it's not really part of the main story, so to say. Or so to speak. Oh, we've got a nighttime scene. As you play for a few hours, as you play, and especially in one area or one part of the world, I'll show you the world map in a moment. In fact, can I do the same thing here? Oh, yeah, that was it. So I'm just collecting a few of the Easter eggs lying around. As you explore, let me finish what I was saying. The frames do tend to settle down. I had ray tracing back on before. When I'm not recording, I'll tend to use ray tracing. And the frames are settling around 40, high 40s to 50s. Even 60s in many areas for me. As you can see, they're going down there. I do feel my G-force experience is taking a toll. But there we go. We're back up to the high 40s, 50s. And they do tend to settle down, so it is very playable, I've now found, on this laptop, which I'm pleased to say. Let's show you a bit of combat. Talk to him. I'm not likely to win this, because it's the final round of a side quest.
Hello, Lucan.
And this is not spoiling anything, really. Like I said, it's a side quest. It's just to show you a bit of combat. Yep, let's go.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
Let's bring in Sebastian.
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get started.
Sebastian's from Slytherin, if I remember rightly. Let's see how badly I do here.
That's the spirit.
As you can see, lovely storyline. I'll get onto that in my review later. Fantastic storyline to the game. Right, okay. Oh, did I get one? Ah! There you go. Showing you a bit of combat. You can see the frames are holding up in this as well. Although there's a lot of shots coming in. Oh, everybody's attacking me, it looks like. Oh. Doing well there.
Incendio. Potato. Oh, there goes my way. Incendio.
Defeated. Bit more practice there. That is the final round of combat, so I'll come back to that later. But it gives you an idea, doesn't it? And you can see the frames were holding up.
I don't think so. Not right now.
So it's lovely. It's got a lovely combat
Don't take
system.
too long.
Yeah, okay.
We'll be waiting.
Yep, okay. It's got a lovely combat system to the game, I've got to say. Now, can we get out here to show you more? No, it's locked. I believe I'm in the slivering part of the game, perhaps. What's... Oh. But I can search this chest. Getting sidetracked, as you do. Yeah, fantastic game to explore. Fantastic game to play. But most importantly, as you can see there, just let it load in that area, the frames are holding up specifically when I'm not recording, and I'm able to use ray trace reflections, which look extra nice in this game, I've got to say, as well, with the frames holding up. So that's absolutely fantastic. Now, which way am I going? Just show you a little bit more of the castle here, just so you get an idea, without spoiling too much. Obviously, you want to be exploring this yourself. There you go, high 50s frames. Imagine if I wasn't recording, those would be probably in the 60s, with all the animations going on around me. Fantastic. What's this chap doing? Oh, not much. Not much. Oh, oh, right. So there you go, chaps. So listen, there you go. That's in Hogwarts. That'll be the sort of main part of the game, and it's a lovely place to explore. Now, what's going on here? Can I get that? Yep. Fantastic. Oh, don't think I've explored this part yet, so I'm exploring this with you. Look, I'm back up to 60 frames there, even in a very detailed area like this. So as you can see, performance, it's actually quite nice now, especially when it settles down. Okay, let me take you to my review of the game. And so on to my review for Hogwarts Legacy. Do I recommend this? Look at that dragon in the background, smoke coming from its nose, and the tail swishing. It's a fantastic game to explore, the most detailed Hogwarts you've seen yet in a video game. Look at this chap. I've been careful not to show you any spoilers or any sort of combat, that type of thing. I'll let you discover that yourself. It's very fluid. Now, I still have ray tracing turned on for this part. If you can, play it in ray tracing. As you know, with my laptop, this specific laptop, it can slow it down, but as you can see, the frames are holding up here in very detailed areas. Let's go back down these stairs again. I'm enjoying it. There's a story, a background story here. Now, some people may be disappointed that it's not in the present sort of Harry Potter universe, you know, with Hermione, Harry, Ron, that type of thing. I was a little bit disappointed to hear that at first, but the story here is fantastic. It's got a story of its own. It's like a new story, taking place at least a century before the original Harry Potter films. And there's lots of little secrets to discover, and these little paintings, you just go around them for hours. There's a musical score as well with the game that I should point out. It's absolutely fantastic. Going between each area, there can be a bit of a delay just while it loads in the new area, so it's not completely seamless. And remember, this is before any real patches have come into the game. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot more to discover. What's going on here?
Revelio.
Ah, there we go. I'll collect that. There you go. Lots of little secrets that you can discover there. I'll take a read of that later. It's fantastic. I've been at this for many hours currently, and I can see me playing it for many hours more. Very glad I picked this up, and I'd well advise you do the same, especially if you like the Harry Potter universe. If you don't, I think you'll still enjoy this game. The combat in it is especially good and enjoyable. So I'm going to give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. So do let me know your own thoughts when you get to play this. Play it with ray tracing enabled if you can. It does look fantastic, but even without, it still looks good. Let me know your thoughts. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon.